Everyone on this Super Bowl Sunday. we are. I'm getting ready to bring Jessica on. This is a interview with someone that helped us see or become very clear to us that when we were helping people and coaching with people, we realized there was a really real need for looking at the health side of things, wellness, weight loss, and all that, because there was a really big hole there and something that we could really help people with. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. If you do come on, a couple things to remember. You may have to allow the app Ecamm to allow you to comment. So just allow the Ecamm app to do that so you guys can comment and we can see that. If you are here, please say hi. If you don't get a response from me, it's primarily because for some reason I'm not being able to see the comments coming in with our software, but we'll rectify all that in time. Welcome to the Consciously Created Transformation Body, Mind, Soul group. This group grew organically. And just before I came on here, we were talking and wanted to share with you that, when we were helping our clients with things like their businesses, their income, goals related to things like that, we were noticing a tremendous amount of change in people's health, in their wellness, in how they felt about themselves. And it was starting to show physically, mentally, emotionally, and all these other things, which all related to people's health. So this grew quite organically. And, with my interest in health and my professional position as a chiropractor in an integrated health clinic, I noticed there was a big hole and a big need to address the components related to, your mindset and related to your habits, rather than just treating symptoms of pain, symptoms of back pain, neck pain, watching people yo-yo diet, watch them yo-yo back pain, I call it. There was a really big need to understand that there's more to your health. There's more to your, to things like weight loss, to back pain, to high cholesterol, to, heart disease, than just treating the physiological effects of that, or the anatomical effects. So we started working with Jessica, and Jessica made a huge transformation and went from a place where she had started on thinking about her life and making changes that were related to her professionally, and then ended up with a massive physical goal. So I am going to bring her on now, and we're going to introduce Jessica here. So let me just bring her on right now. There she is. Hi, Jessica.
Hello.
Well, welcome to this Super Bowl Sunday where we get ready to, most of us get ready to, drink beer and eat nachos and pizza and things like that. So it's appropriate that we
Not for
it's appropriate that we come on now to talk a little bit about our health and our wealth, our physical transformations and our physical abilities. So here, everyone, this is Jessica. We started working with Jessica in December formally.
Yep.
And when we did, she was coming to us with already some pretty big goals, and then had a very, very big physical come up. So maybe what you can do in the beginning here is maybe just share your journey from about a year ago. I just want to share with people, Jessica, I met Jessica through my clinic as a patient. And so I know Jessica quite well for the last 3 or more years, eh?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Been a while. And I've seen, some ups and downs and some, some huge, profound changes now. And so just share with us your journey in the beginning, if you can.
Yeah. So my journey kind of even started longer than a year ago, but it really started in July of last year, when I was just out for a walk with my then partner, and we had walked by this gym, and of course it's middle of COVID, and you can't work out, and there's no gyms open, and it's, you're gaining weight and unhappy, and anyway, so we were walking by, we were walking down to Starbucks, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go look in the gym. I'm just gonna go see if there's anybody there. So we had gone for our Starbucks on our way back home, and I knocked on the gym door, and luckily, or I don't know if it was luck or meant to be, but one of the gym owners was there, and he's a trainer, and his name's Ola, and so he walked us in, introduced us to the gym, showed us around. Now this is a Sunday afternoon. I think it was around 2 o'clock. So I don't, there's nobody else in the gym at that time. And I wasn't thinking anybody was going to be there. But the minute that I walked in, there was some sort of energy that I felt there. And I really felt at home. I fell in love with the mission and values of this trainer and what he stood for. And I signed up right then and there. And that kind of started my journey. It wasn't always that easy, because I wasn't really dedicated. It wasn't like, it was more still of, oh, I have to go and do this. I have to do this. I have to be healthy. I have to get active. I have to. And it was also, I think, getting to know you and what we spoke about through the years, of like, what do I want for my life? Where do I see myself? What goals do I have? And so that's always been on the back of my mind as well. And I wasn't happy in my relationship. Things weren't going very well. I was just unhappy, really, all around. And I didn't quite, I figured out now the root cause and all that sort of stuff. But it really, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to come to a realization about, is when you're constantly thinking negative about yourself, well, that's what you attract in your life. So if you're constantly putting yourself down and constantly telling yourself you're not worth it and constantly telling yourself you're ugly and you're fat and you're this and you're that, well, your mindset isn't there to bring you to where you want to be. And my sister always has said to me, surround yourself with people that are positive and have positive energy, and it'll make you grow and want to be around more positive people. So I had some things happen in my life over the course of from July till December, when I finally made the committed decision to make some changes in my life. And one of which was to leave my relationship, which after starting the program in December, that happened within 10 days. The other decision that I made was to honestly put myself first and to love myself. And with that came the goal of, by the end, when I get to my end goal, I will have lost 95 pounds. So
Wow.
I am well on my way. I am this close to being under 200, which I haven't been in probably 13 years. I'm just a couple pounds away. I am 1 week into my 12-week, what we're calling a shred. It's essentially clean eating, or learning, reprogramming my body to eat healthy and portion control and that sort of thing. But this isn't coming from a place of I have to. It's not like I don't wake up in the morning at 3:45 a.m. and go, I have to do this. I want to do this.
Okay.
It,
So hold on, I'm going to stop you because there's so
okay.
much in there to unpack, and I think it's awesome to like. That's incredible. What it has been now, because some people think about the numbers game, right?
Yep.
Um, you started in July, correct? To
Yes.
really focus on your health when you met Ola in the gym.
Yeah.
Something had shifted there that you just felt something different, right? And you talk about how whether it was luck that you walked in there or something attracted you. So what would you say in July when you finally felt, what do you think you felt the difference? Like, why do you think you felt the difference in July?
Because I told myself, you need to put yourself first. For so long, my entire life, I've put everybody else in front of me. Everybody. I've never put myself first because I was always worried about everybody else in my relationships, in with my family, with everything. It was always, what does this person need? What does that person need? What does Jessica need?
Exactly. So when you
Right?
did that, prior to that July, what were your results like prior to that with respect to your physical look and how you felt about yourself and things like that?
It was a roller coaster. Well, you know that. You've seen me lose quite a bit of weight, and then you see me pack it all back on, and you see me lose it and pack it all back on. And it's because I never really, like I said, it wasn't it the self-love and the self-care and the putting myself first was never a priority.
Right.
So how can you be the best version of yourself if you're not doing that for yourself?
Right. So sharing with the group, I mean, everyone that's on here right now, just have a listen to what Jessica's saying here. Prior to her understanding of what she knows now, her results were bouncing up and down, right? She was now, correct me if I'm wrong, but realistically, you were working out, you were thinking about your diet. I'd seen you lose weight, but you'd gained it all back. So it wasn't like you didn't know what it took to lose weight,
Yep.
right? Like you knew that you had to work out, eat differently and things like that, but something shifted, right? In this state now or in this time in your life now. So you had some pretty powerful self-talk prior to this, which we could probably sum up as being negative self-talk.
Yes.
Your self-image sounds like it wasn't that great prior to this, and so there came a moment in time when, and I think you said it perfectly, you made it a committed decision, right, to put you first in your life. So a lot of people talk about how when people are self-centered, they're selfish or anything like that. Does this feel different than selfishness?
I wouldn't say that it's selfish at all because how are you going to be the very best person to be to somebody else if you're not the very best person to yourself?
Absolutely. So you would say that in essence, if you can't first love yourself, how do you love others fully?
Yep.
Right. So then fast forward to December now. So December, we have a meeting, you, me, and Tara, and we sit down and we discuss formally getting involved in, really working at this.
Yep.
So what happened then for you?
What happened then is that I made a decision to end my relationship. I was unhappy. It wasn't serving my wants and needs. And the other realization that I had is that when looking back at other relationships, and because of my negative self-talk and because of my negative attitude or negative mindset, if you will, I was attracting those types of men into my life. So, um, and again, it goes back to, if you can't love yourself fully first, how are you supposed to love somebody else? And for me, I was again trying to fulfill everybody else's wants, needs, but draining the energy and the life out of me. I wasn't happy. I wasn't being fulfilled.
I think that's a common characteristic that we hear when we talk to a lot of people is that a lot of people, their lives are pretty good. Like they're doing well, they're plugging along, some people are earning a good living. Some people are, got a great workout program, even look good. But inside, there's this lack of fulfillment, right? And ultimately, that's the key: is that you can be very successful in life, but if you're not fulfilled, it just doesn't feel like anything's in place, right? Um, so, if you had to sum it up in maybe like a word or a phrase, where are your results really coming from?
Mindset.
Ugh, I didn't cue her on that, everyone, by the way. So, what would you say? Um, what would you say led you to looking at this and going, you know what? It's not just like I know how to do this work. I know how to do all this, lose the weight, how to do all that. Permanently keeping it off, right? You think that's more related to the mindset than anything.
I I now believe this, and this may sound crazy, but I believe it like on a cellular level, if that makes any sense whatsoever. When I first started visualizing myself, well, I still do. I get goosies. I get goosebumps thinking of what I'm going to look like down the road. And I'm so excited and I'm super happy. And I see myself happy and joyous and doing things that I love to do and just being the very best person that I can be. And if I can encourage and help and um, be a support for others that have gone through my journey, my struggle, my um, can relate to what I've gone through, then that's what I want to do.
I love it. So, what's your ultimate goal right now? If you don't mind
My
sharing it
ult-
with everybody.
my ultimate goal is to eventually do this full time, is to assist other people, women, men, whatever, that have gone through the struggle and can be a life coach, help them through this as much as we can.
So, and then physically, what are you looking to accomplish health wise?
I'm looking to eventually maybe do a competition, get into endorsements, sponsorships, that sort of thing, with kind of fitness modeling, that sort of thing. I'm 46 years old. I'll be 47 in October. Um, might be a little late, might not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. But my first goal, obviously, is to get to my goal weight. That's what I'm working so hard and so focused on. And it's not necessarily, like I said before, it's not something. I don't have to do this. I don't have to get up at 3:45. I don't have to eat healthy. Um, I want to. I want to because I have a goal and I want to get to my goal. And yeah, it's it's a part of who I am now.
So, again, so much to unpack. What would you say helped you initially get up at 4 a.m.? Before, let's just go back. What is your schedule like now? Just share with everyone your daily schedule because you're now doing an eating plan as well. So just throw that in there and just walk people through what your day is like. Actually, walk it through before, and then we'll walk you through after it, just so you can share with people how things have changed for you.
Sure. So on a typical work day, I would just get up, shower, go to work. Sometimes I would pack a lunch, sometimes I wouldn't. If I didn't pack a lunch, it would be eating out. I grab my Starbucks in the morning, come home, deal with dinner, that sort of watch TV, and in bed and do it all over again. So I'm a very structured person, and I know that about myself. I like routine and I like structure. So how my day has changed now is, now I'm up at 3:45 because I know the workouts that my trainer has given me they're just over an hour long, but I like to get a little bit of cardio in, and I do obviously I do a little bit of a warm up. So I'm at the gym. I get down there about 4:15 and I'm done at about 6 a.m. So up at 3:45, take my shake, get to the gym, do my workout, um, include a little bit of stretching in there, come home, quick shower, and I will have meal prepped. So I meal prep for a couple of days at a time. So I meal prep on Sundays and Wednesdays. So Sunday takes me through to Wednesday, and Wednesday takes me back through to Sunday. Through this 12-week plan right now, I've also got lunch and dinner being made for me. So it eases that component a little bit, just because I really want to be focused on the eating portion of this. But I come home, shower, pack my lunch, I'm out the door. I work 10-hour shifts, so I'm done at 4 p.m. Sometimes a little bit later, depending. I come home and I eat dinner, and then I'll do some studying. And also, sorry, when I wake up in the morning, I do a little bit of meditation. I listen to my Thinking into Results program audio. And then at night, I have dinner. I come home, I do a little bit more studying or reading, and then I'm in bed usually 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. So my day is very structured.
I love it, but it's changed, right? Like, so now you're up extremely early at times and hours that people don't even think about. So reality of it is that, yeah, you had to make some changes because your goal is pretty powerful.
Yeah.
And would you
Yes.
say that your goals, the strength of your goal is what's kind of giving you that motivation to continue and get up, the persistence and all of those necessary components to move towards your goal?
Yes.
So just to share with you guys, if you listen to Jessica, her first, and you just jump in here anytime if you want to add anything, but prior to this, you spent a lot of time spinning your wheels, kind of going through the motions, thinking that, you had to put the time in as you were, keep going, finding time to fit in and do things was maybe difficult. You had no desire really to continue and be persistent and consistent. And then once you made the committed decision, right, to put yourself first, would it be fair to say that you then had a belief that there was a possibility to do things completely different?
Yes. And I think the other thing too is there's no more excuses, right? I mean, you can come up with every excuse in the book. Oh, I work shifts. Oh, I have to do this, or I have to get the kids there, or I have to, there's a million different reasons why. But if you really want it that bad, and if you have a goal, and it doesn't matter if it's health or wellness or career or anything really, once you've made that committed decision, you will do what you have to do to get that done. So like I said before, it wasn't like July. I wasn't consistent. I haven't missed a day in the gym. When I got back from my trip to Montreal, I haven't missed. It's like week 13. I have not missed a day in the gym, not missed a workout. But it's not because I have to. It's because I want to. I want to be healthy. I want to be the best version of me.
So just, I have to share with everyone. Like, I mean, I know Jessica for years, so you have to understand that I see that the transformation I've seen is like, I don't know, like it's gonna sound funny, but like a child growing up. You just see these things and these. I mean, to see you glowing, and I have to say, I mean, to see your face changing. The reality of it is that you feel the difference. And I think this is an important component, right? When you make a decision, you know the difference between that decision where it's like, yes, I'm going to do it. And then there's this little but beside it. And then there's that decision you make where it's like, there is absolutely no going back, right? Now you're very structured, you're very on point, because you have a very specific big goal. And we know that everyone needs this work on themselves. How hard do you think it is for other people to incorporate all of this into their lives so that they can see these significant changes in their lives?
I don't think it would be difficult at all. I mean, if you have ultimately, like if you want to be healthier, you just have to make that committed decision to be healthier and to put yourself first. Yes, I have these gigantic goals. Do I expect everybody else around me to have them? No. And I get asked often, like, why are you on such a mission? Well, this is my mission. It's not anybody else's mission. It's my mission. Um, and like I said, I want to show people that you can do this. It doesn't have to be at my pace. It has to be at your own pace and what you feel comfortable with. But my whole thing is move your body, even if it's for 5 minutes, even if you're 500 pounds, get up off that couch, go for a walk, do something, and love yourself enough to put yourself first.
Right. Would you say that without the mindset work, without that focus on where your habits are, where your habits, the source of your habits are, without working on that, do you think um, that it's possible to get to where you want to get to, or was that work on your mind and that work on you such a significant component? Like I just want to
Well,
emphasize it with people.
well, I think you're the best one to say that. You've seen me like without doing the program and with doing the program. This changes you on a different level. It's hard to explain, but it's I keep saying cellular level. That it's like this. Yeah, your mind is so powerful that you have to, well, you have to believe in yourself and do what you're capable of doing. Like everybody is so capable of being the very best version of themselves, and I think sometimes we forget that. And without having the tools to do that, it was a struggle for me.
Mhm. So for people that say, oh God, I've done that before, I've tried before, I've done all these things before, um, what would you say to them? What would you tell them?
I've done it I've done it all before too. I've done the Weight Watchers, I've done the Zoom, I've done the Fit in My Fitness Pal, I've done Jenny Craig, I've done like I've been there, I've done all of it. But until you get your mind wrapped around that specific goal, and again, it doesn't have to be health and wellness and all that. It can be anything, corporately, personally, financially, anything. That's where it starts, and you have to be able to know what you're doing in order to be able to get there, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, do you think that you could have figured this stuff out on yourself? Like, did you find that, having, obviously you went to a gym, you got Ola involved, that was your physical coach. Do you think, even looking at that, I'm getting to my answer with myself, but um, what do you think about mindset and mindset coaching? How important is a coach in your mindset?
Extremely important.
Yeah.
It keeps you accountable. It keeps you motivated. It when you're struggling and you have somewhere to go, first of all, and you're not like, oh, forget it, I'll do it next week, or I'll get to it tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, as you know, tomorrow never comes, because that's just the way it was for me, right? Like, oh, I'll get back to it next week. Oh, I'll do this. Yeah, I'll work out later this afternoon. Well, later this afternoon comes and it's like, I'm just was never, it was like, meh, I don't want to.
Right. So, and that's why, I always bring up a coach as a component of people's learning and about their speed to which they want to get to their goals, right? Like if you don't have a coach in, as a soccer player, your advancement is slow. It's only what you know because you only see it from your point of awareness. A coach offers a larger scope of the landscape and gives you a bigger picture at which to work with. And if you can see that greater landscape, from the view of a coach, you're going to be able to get there a little quicker. Not only that, they're going to be able to share with you the skills, the necessary tools to get to where you need to. So you would say that the coach was a big part of where you are right now.
Absolutely, personally and physically, obviously. Like, I work out with Ola twice a week, um, and am now doing the lunch and dinner plan with him as well. So, okay, that's a coach right there.
Right.
Then I've got Tara. You're my, personal, my mindset coaches, which keeps me focused. So, yes, it's successful because I'm putting in the work and I'm doing what I want to achieve my goals.
And would you like, obviously you've committed some resources to this as well, right? Like, how important is it to have the mindset that you're that important so that you don't mind contributing all that time to it and all those resources, time, money, all of that towards this? Like, I look at it and you have to ask the question, what, without that big, powerful desire, it's really easy not to, commit all these resources towards achieving your goal. That'd be right?
Yes.
Yeah. So a couple questions that were handed to me. If you knew how to do it, um, would you not have had the results already? Like, if you knew that, if you knew this already, right? Like, you would be where you wanted to be,
Yes.
right?
True.
Right. So you weren't there because you didn't know everything that was needed to get there for permanent results, correct?
Correct.
Awesome. We're going to go live in our live training February 14th, next Monday. How do you think the live training is going to help others?
The live training will help others like it helped me. It'll just give them a little bit of insight as to what's going to be like working with you and Tara. Give them some insight with what it is that they're going to be doing. Yeah, just speaking to mindset and how you get there and goal setting and yeah.
So we usually have about we do 4 days, right? Our first
Yep.
day is usually on goals and the process of creation. So, you know what? Real briefly, right? What do you think with, almost an hour of talking about goals, how profound would that be for people who are just getting into this work?
I think that is the very first step and the basis of what everything else is built around. So it's a very important one, very important lesson to listen to.
Awesome. And then the second one is on attitude and how your attitude is a composite. So I'm giving away some of the information, but it's a composite of your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, right? So it's your thoughts, how you think, right? How you feel and how you behave. So how's that lesson for people?
Well, I think once you figure out your goals, your attitude changes to reflect your goals. I'm a living example of that because my whole attitude and everything about myself has changed to reflect my goals and where I want to be and who I want to become.
Right. And so then you feel differently, and then ultimately you act differently, and you act in line with achieving your goals. So that's attitude. And then our third day is faith versus fear, right? So ultimately, when you make a change in your life, right, when you decided to do this, there had to have been a little bit of fear.
Yeah, but if you're not fearful, then you're not going to grow. So you have to do something sometimes that make you very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable. I was very uncomfortable ending my relationship because it was, why don't I just stay? Well, because I'm not happy. So you need to, things that make you uncomfortable make you grow and make you evolve.
Right. So that faith versus fear is big. So how we're going to be able to use faith even in the presence of fear, correct? Right. So, and then the last one, the big one is the decision. So last day is always about making committed decision. And you touched on that earlier. How important was that in your success.
It was, it was huge, huge.
Yeah.
So many things are on the way that I'm so excited for. But
And just really quickly, like when you make a decision, right? When you make a committed decision, again, we're talking about the entirety of that word, making a committed decision. It's different than just making a decision on a whim, without any type of feeling behind it. When you make a decision, you ultimately make advanced decisions, right? So when you make the committed decision, you make the decision in the future when someone or hands you a big piece of chocolate cake. You already made the decision that you want to be a certain place. It's much easier to say, no, I don't want that, right?
yeah.
Ultimately, right? Good. So everyone, we will be going live in about a week, the following Monday. Jessica, you're going to be there with us?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Um, so what's the last thing you want to share with people? Like if you just let go and just kind of talk to people and said, what this has done for you, how you feel about them, how you know where they are, like, what would you say to people?
Um, I would say that this has been the best journey in 46 years that I've ever been on. And if if they're scared, or if they have questions or anything, like, people can reach out to me. I'm happy to have a discussion or talk or phone or whatever if people have questions. But I would say more so, like, you're worth it. Why wouldn't you do this for yourself?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I look at Jessica and I'll just share with you again, an absolutely amazing transformation in such a short time too. Like that's the other thing to recognize here. It was pretty quick. I don't know if you guys heard earlier, Jessica mentioned when she signed up to work with us in the Think and Results program, within 10 days, I think your relationship um, status changed.
Yes.
Um, as you do evolve, as you do grow, just like you do in other things in life, things change in your personal reality, right? Because your personality is changing, and ultimately things change pretty quickly for you.
Yes.
Physically, you've changed tremendously and tremendously quick, right? Another reason for you know why it happens so quickly is because you now have a feeling and you resonate at a vibration that matches your goal, and so things are coming to you very quickly. Opportunities arise that you didn't always think about either,
Yep.
right? Like there's things in your life now that you would never have imagined a million years you would have been. Like if anyone told you, 5 years ago that, hey, Jessica, you'd be considering a career change into mindset coaching and helping people with their health, their weight loss, their cardiovascular disease, whatever that is, what would you have said?
No way.
Just something you almost couldn't imagine, eh?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, we will be starting this in our live training in a week and a half. You are so worth showing up for this. It is completely different experience when you're there live versus when you do watch the um, replay. However, we do understand that life gets in our way, and so we, encourage you to watch the replays and comment on the replays too. So we'll be there for the next week. We'll be building that up. I think just in closing, I want to say that Jessica's an inspiration to me, to the people we work with, and to the entire group. Um, she made the committed decision, and everything that follows that committed decision, has happened in her life, and she's living proof of the changes, both physically, mentally, emotionally, relationship wise, career wise, everything. You come in with one goal, and your entire life improves. And so I just want to say thank you. I am so grateful that you are where you are, and you chose to make these changes, these huge changes with us. And can't be more grateful that you're with us. So thank you for being with us, even on this
Thank
Sunday Super Bowl.
yeah.
What are you going to eat today?
Well, I just finished my snack, which was an apple. I have lunch waiting for me, which is chicken and vegetables and rice. So I won't be partaking in any of the Super Bowl treats today, but
Not yet.
no,
Okay,
down the
everyone.
road, down the road,
That's
down
right.
the road.
That's right. So, everyone, please, we'll see you in a week. Again, thank you for showing up today, joining us here. If you have any questions, definitely pose the questions in this feed, and Jessica, myself, Tara will get on and answer them. If you want to reach out, even just get on a call with us, and we can talk about your health, whether it's weight loss goals, or you want to look at health in general, just from any standpoint, back pain, things like that. It's all included in this. So you feel free to reach out and we'll get on a call with you. Other than that, thank you for joining us. And we will talk very shortly, and we'll look to see you in a week. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We're out of here. Bye.